Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast for today. My name is Deborah, and this is
Shillian.
today we are here with the one of the most famous authors,
J.
Big J.
Jamie
McNew.
New.
It's me. Hello.
Welcome to our school, Jamie. First of all, how are you?
Thank you. Wunderbar.
All
I'm very
right.
well. I'm very happy. It's been a great week of workshops and yeah, lots of cool teachers and kids.
We're so grateful for that. So, how was your flight?
The flight was great. Yeah. Um, so very exciting. Coming. I think it was kind of a normal flight, nothing special, but I knew I was coming here, so it was very exciting. Yeah.
All right. So today we have some questions for you, and we are going to start. Would you like to start?
So I can start.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
My first question is how long you're an artist?
An author?
Author.
Yeah, well, good question. Let me see. I mean, I've published my first book like not that long ago. Like, what was that? 2024, I think. So I'd have to check that, but recently. But I've been writing for like ages and ages, and just I didn't publish anything, and I was a bit shy for quite a while, where I was like, I don't need to prove anything, so yeah, I'm making it, and I think it's good. I don't need to share it. But I think partly I was kind of, it's very vulnerable. You have to be very
Yes.
vulnerable to share these things, like
Definitely.
you were just sharing a story of your own,
Yeah, I wrote my own
Deborah,
story, you all.
and
Me too.
it's very cool. But you have to open up, and I think it's been great. Like a lot of the students, you could see that happening, and because we've been doing creative writing as part of the workshops, and so many of the kids at first are like they don't want to talk, but then near the end of it, they're all like, yeah, into it, and
So
it's beautiful opening up.
I also started writing stories with 10. So I want to get an author. So it was my biggest switch. Switch.
Your biggest dream or
Switch. So
wish? Yeah, yeah. So you've started writing at 10. Cool, nice. Are you still writing?
yeah,
Good, yeah.
sometimes.
Okay. It's great. I mean, even if my philosophy is, I'm not very famous or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm future famous. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I think you have to do it for the love. And it's very liberating when you don't need to be rich and famous. It, it's it, it's good if you can get rich and famous. Cool,
Yes.
great. Then you can do that. You're writing all the time. Um, but you do it for the love of what you're creating, right?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So
You want to continue?
So I can start with
All
someone.
right, so I have a question. The question is every author has a moment where they realize this is my voice. Do you remember when you first felt that click? When your writing finally sounded like you?
great question. Um, yeah, I think like the first real book I've been writing poetry since I was very young,
Yeah.
15.
15.
But my first story I wrote was like actually a big novel, very complex, like philosophical, political, all kinds of things. Um, but it's a bit serious. There's funny moments, but a lot of it was very serious. And I didn't publish it because I knew it wasn't ready, it wasn't
Yeah.
finished, and I need to come back to it later and do it. But I wrote a short story called Dear Computer, basically about the scientists take a deer, like the animal, and they take its consciousness and upload it to a computer, and then it, kind of goes crazy and things go bad. And it was just really silly and really funny. And I remember writing that and feeling like this is really good. And yeah, we're kind of feeling. So I think bringing in the humor, realizing, the balance, because I can be very serious sometimes,
Yeah.
but then I can be very silly, and I think that's a good balance. So that's kind of my thing. So that's my voice, and yeah, it's beautiful to find it.
Okay, my next question is, do you remember when you first heard that click when you writing definitely sound like you?
Sound like me? Yeah, well, I guess it's similar to that question, like kind of with the balance of humor and seriousness. Like like they both sound like me, but that I think is a good balance. But I like to, like, who am I? There's many different sides to us, right? And so I am trying to show those different sides of me and of humans in general, life in general. And so, yeah, and sometimes I write things where it's not really like me. It's I'm exploring other kinds of ways of living, and it can be really interesting. I think healthy, where, like, say there's evil people, like it's so fun writing evil characters scheming and doing stuff, because I'm all about love and helping people, but it's really fun. You get to see the other side. No wonder they're so evil. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. All right. So, who was the first person that made you feel like a real writer, not published, not successful, but real?
Hmm. A real writer. Um, um, yeah, like when did I kind of start feeling like I am a writer?
And who
Yeah.
believed in you?
Well, I think my family have always believed in me. Like my mother and my father are bookworms. They're constantly reading. And they both love music, very creative. And so that was always there. And I was always encouraged, like my father was always saying, you have to, yeah, keep doing the poetry. It's so good. And uh, so, but I guess it was, and my brother, I have a twin brother who's like a musician, and he also writes. But so we always encourage each other. So I never really labeled myself like I'm a writer.
Yeah.
But I just said I write. It's fun. I always think, it's a trap sometimes. Like, oh, I'm a writer, or I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher. Yes, but don't get stuck in that idea, because sometimes it can block you from connecting, and it can make your ego get big. But at some point I realized, like, I'm serious about this. I want to share these stories. I guess it was, yeah, when I decided I really wanted to share them, then I was like, okay, yeah, I am a writer.
Okay, so something question about your family when it's okay for you.
Sure. Yeah.
So, are you separate family so that you have only your wife, but so I don't. So je
Oh,
peux te dire ça, je peux t'expliquer ça en français.
mais oui, bien
Je
sûr.
ne sais pas que tu avais une femme et tu es ensemble avec elle ou bien non, tu es seul avec ton enfant.
May we? Yeah. So, if I understand you right, saying, live. I have a wife and
Yes.
children,
Yes.
and yes, so I live in Ireland with my beautiful wife, and
So,
shout out to my wonderful wife, and our children, and who are very young. So and but my parents live in Australia, and my brother lives in Ireland also. But basically, I'm Irish, but my parents moved to Australia. And I was born and raised there, so I'm also Australian, and I love both countries, both wonderful places. But I moved back to Ireland because I kind of felt, which is one of the poetry books, Homecoming to a Foreign Land, about that connection to Ireland. But yeah, so I have lots of cousins and stuff in Ireland, but my parents and my another brother and sister, they're all in Australia, which is sometimes breaks my heart, because we're a bit far away. but
Understandable.
So
Yeah.
I have also a difficult question for you.
okay.
So you was very young as the war start between USA and Ireland. So your parents live already in Ireland. So
And you mean war
yeah,
with when?
Protestant and
Oh yeah, so that would be that war was inside Northern Ireland. So yeah, part of Ireland, which is the part of the United Kingdom, and so it was between the UK and basic people who wanted to. People say it's the Protestants and the Catholics, different Christians fighting, but that's actually a cover story to kind of, in my opinion, to cover the truth, where it wasn't about religion, it was about politics and about freedom, where basically the United Kingdom has, controls Northern Ireland. It is part of the UK, but many people wanted to be part of Ireland, all one country, and it all happened 100 years ago. But anyway, yeah, there's so the religion is a bit of distraction. It's really about the politics and having equality, everyone being equal. But that fighting ended in the late 90s. So my parents left Ireland in the 80s, late 80s. So yeah, they in their lifetimes there were people getting killed, bombs going off, lots of crazy stuff. And even when I first visited Ireland, I was 12 years old, and we went to Northern Ireland, and I thought, oh, it's so beautiful, it's green, it's wonderful. But there were places where it was only a few years ago that the war ended, and when you're a child, you're very sensitive, and I swear I felt energy like terrible, crazy energy in this place. Some places it was scary, but everything was quiet. But I could feel something. Like I think the violence, I could still feel it.
the vibe was wrong.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how much it affected my parents, but Ireland in general, lots of trauma and pain from that, which I think I try in myself. I can feel it sometimes, bad energy that's come through, and I think I try to turn it into beauty and turn it into art, into music. And I think Ireland in general does that a bit. Like, and many countries. I think we all parts of the world have crazy history, and the goal. I think artists, writers, can turn that into something beautiful and useful. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's shift your mind from sad to happy again.
Okay. All right, Deborah.
So my question,
Yeah.
do you base your stories on real life events or purely imagination?
Some of them purely imagination. Other things, yeah, inspired by real events or things people say. And some of them, it's like the way the world is, but I'm putting it in fiction, so it slides under the radar. People don't notice. But like often it's just there's a conversation with someone, or like I was talking to a student, and she said like, oh, I hate paintings. Like I would never get a portrait, a painting, because and she was like, I was very curious, like what? And she was kind of scared of it. Like, it's just weird. It's you, but it's not you. And I thought that was so interesting. And then that turned into a story about a short story where a girl gets her painting done, and she's kind of scared of it. And then the painting steals her soul and swaps.
Oh, wow.
And she gets locked inside the painting forever. And so it came from a little thing in real life. Like this girl was scared of portraits. And there's many things like that where I just see something happen and it makes me think of something funny. And then I see a way, oh, I can share that idea by putting it in a story. Because people love stories. And so if I just tell you the idea, you're like, whatever. But if I build a story around it, you go, oh, that was fun. And you get the idea.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite music that you still that you feel that you play yourself?
So let's see. Well, I love making my own music, of course. And I like write some original songs and stuff, and that's exhilarating, beautiful, but takes time. But I love Bob Dylan. I love he's my favorite to play. I think basically because it's I think definitely in his good moments at least he is a perfect example of how spirituality connects to art. Same thing as Leonard Cohen or someone. It's like where it's not about me. It's like I am the instrument and God is playing the music. The universe is making the music come through me. And when you can step out of your own way, and just be grateful, like, oh wow, this is so beautiful. The universe is so amazing. Look at this music, rather than oh, I'm so amazing.
Yeah.
Then you get the really good stuff.
You get the really good stuff.
The Beatles too, similar, I think. Yeah. You like the Beatles?
No, I don't.
You don't?
They make like kind of old music.
Yeah.
Like my former English teacher, so I had to learn most of their songs, but
Oh yeah.
they're okay. Like
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
That's a good song.
You know the psychedelic crazy stuff.
No.
It's like, I am he is you are me and she is he and we are all together. Like there's all these crazy lyrics because the Beatles have many different phases, and they started off kind of simple. I love you. I want to hold your hand. But later on, it ends up really deep and philosophical. And but anyway, that's cool. Maybe it's not for you. You know.
No, not for me, but maybe one day you'll. So what's the biggest challenge of being an author today?
Well, I don't know. I'm still, I'm an author, but I'm not like super famous or something. I've self-published my books.
Yeah.
And so, I'm on the road of it. But so I could only speak for myself and what I guess in general. But I think one thing is, I think there's so much more distraction these days. So in the past, people were like, okay, I'm a bit bored. What can I do? Let's go into nature, or let's read a book, or let's write something, or let's play music. Let's hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
It's not a very long list. But nowadays, there's TikTok and there's video games and there's, traveling anywhere you want and there's shopping, get it delivered tomorrow. And there's so many things competing for attention. So I think getting people write books are still one of the most amazing things you can do with your time, reading. But I think many people, they don't invest the time to really feel it and understand that. And so they think it's boring and they don't understand. No, you're cheating yourself. TikTok and stuff, that's nothing compared to reading a book. It's nowhere near as interesting. But I think it's so much competition, people are distracted. And I think that's the main thing for authors, I would guess, these days,
So honestly, I'm this person that watch too much TikTok, and I hate reading books.
Yeah.
So in the school is the only place who I start
Where she reads books.
Right.
books. So
It's interesting, Shillian.
I have so much books at home,
Yeah.
but I give it for gift. So,
Yeah. Have you ever like tried to dig deep and kind of,
So I like to
read more?
I like to read my personality stories.
Mhm.
So as a book, but reading books from other.
Mhm.
So I prefer podcast.
Right. So you like reading like your diary, your personal writing from yourself.
Yes.
Right. And podcasts, yeah. Yeah. I mean, audiobooks, right, are great, are amazing. But it's funny, like when you're reading something, the fact that it's more difficult, it engages you more. If so, like for example, you can be cooking and swiping and looking at shoes on the internet, but you can't be playing football and looking at shoes. It's more difficult, so you need to be more engaged. reading, you need to be more engaged, but that's why it's better than just listening. When you get into the flow, it gets much faster. And instead of having the voice, hearing it, it kind of becomes silent. It's just boom, 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 information.
Yeah.
And it's this flow of information. And you can choose to slow down or speed up. You don't need to press a button. And it gets really deep into you, and you kind of disappear, and you're just, the story is there. And I don't know, I love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe,
Right.
yeah. But again, maybe it's not for everyone, you know? I think it's good not to
So
force people to do anything, you know?
Yeah.
as I was like once upon a time, well, as I was a children, I think
Yeah.
that reading is also c'est quelque chose pour les autres qui sont un peu boring.
Mais oui, plate, trop, yeah, pas intéressant. Yes, not interesting.
C'est ça.
Yeah, when you were a kid, you thought, yeah.
So, j'avais encore une question, mais je veux dire ça en France parce que je crois que mon anglais, ce n'est pas la première chose, c'est que je pense si je commençais à réfléchir quelque chose, alors je ne veux pas parler très rapide. C'est rapide ou bien je peux...
C'est bien, c'est bien.
C'est bien, tu comprends?
Votre français, c'est bon?
Merci beaucoup.
On espère que tu vas, vous allez comprendre. We hope you will understand.
So,
A little
yes.
detour into French.
Now we
Vas-y.
translate to French. So, tu avais commencé de parler français ou bien d'apprendre français à quel âge?
Apprendre français.
Oui.
J'ai appris, j'ai commencé à apprendre français à l'université quand j'avais mes 16, 17 ans.
17 ans?
Et mon français n'est pas très bon. C'était malade, c'était mauvais. Mais j'ai bougé après ça à Montréal, French Canada, Montréal, beautiful place, vie très belle. Et j'ai habité pour 4 ans, mais j'ai appris le français plus bien là-bas.
So, I know it's so difficult to speak French with the exactly accent and to translate of English, so I can feel it, so that is hard. So ce n'est pas vraiment facile de parler français avec la personne.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some people are better at languages than others. Some people are better at cooking than others, or better at listening, or feeling good and attracting people to them because they just feel good. So I love languages, and I love learning, speaking with you in French, and then German. I'm trying to pick up little bits of German. Schlecht, vielen schlecht, mein Deutsch. But yeah, so I think it's all beautiful, different sides. Just like I like to have many different friends, I like to engage with different languages. I think it's good for the soul.
Mm-hmm. So, which of your works are your favorite and why?
My favorite that I've published, or things I've written. Yeah, good question. I say good question too much. My apologies, dear audience. I think I'm most happy with the third one, which is the short stories, Rings Round the Mind. You can get it on Amazon.
Get it on Amazon.
10 quid, nice and affordable. But because I love the poetry, but the short stories, it's got the poetic nature to it, where I'm using a lot of very poetic language.
Yeah.
But it's also communicating ideas which can change people's minds, and so do the poems. But in a story, you have a lot more space to get detailed and show the truths of life to people. But the big difference is the humor. Like there's just the humor in the stories where it just naturally happened, maybe to keep people's attention, and I just did it. I don't know, it just felt right. But the poetry is more like I'm going to a place of deep sincerity, which is also beautiful. But yeah, I think the stories, I'm really, maybe it's just it's the latest thing I did also.
Mhm.
So it's really, that's probably my favorite, at least right now. But they're all, I love all three of the books
Cool.
and the many more to come, you know.
So you mentioned that you started writing at a very young age,
Mm.
but what exactly inspired you to write? Like, were you a shy kid?
So I started writing when I was 2 years old, and I was looking at the other kids with their blocks and playing with their, pencils, and I just thought I can do better than that. So I pulled out my computer and I started writing. No, not really. No, no,
Oh,
just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, mischief. But I think so. The question was, what was the group?
what like inspired you, motivated you
Oh yeah, was it
to
I was
start
shy or
writing?
what? Yeah, I think I always have loved stories and
Mhm.
a big reader, so it came out of that. But I think part of it is, for example, my vision, my say, like I've been using these for the classes, but normally I don't. But if like I prefer not to, whatever, long story, but
Long
it's
story.
more comfortable. But I sport, can't really do as well at that full highest level, and many other things. And so I guess naturally with my world, it's more I have more attention for ideas.
Mhm.
I think everyone, you all with perfect vision, must be like constantly distracted by what's around you. Because like sometimes my wife's like, "Oh, look, there's a person over there doing this," and I can't believe it's so far away. How can you see that? And so I think I see a lot of detail. The world's very detailed, but
Yeah.
normal people, it's a whole other level. So I think it seems to me like I've been less socially focused and more
Mhm.
focused on my inner world of ideas and thoughts and imagination, and that led me to music and to writing. So I was never really, I have been shy at times, but never, I've normally been quite confident
Yeah.
and friendly. Um, but I think that's kind of part of it. It led me to the inner world more, you know?
Are you working on any projects now, on any new product?
Yes.
Project,
Projects.
sorry.
um, yeah. I am, well, right now, I haven't been writing much. I've been very busy actually with some, other things at the moment.
Mhm.
So I haven't been writing the stories at all, but I have been accumulating the ideas. So I get an idea and I write it down in a bit of detail. And so I have the next two books of short stories planned. There's like 24 stories. I know how they're going to be. I just
Mhm.
need to sit down and do it. And I'm always writing a bit of poetry here and there. And I've been writing music a fair bit.
Mhm.
So little bits and pieces, but not a lot. But I'm ready to get into it again now, I think. Spring is here. In Ireland, it's just gone spring. So I think, some new creativity is calling.
Do you have any favorite sports?
Sports. Yeah, not really. I'm not big into sport, really. I
Oh.
think it's all very interesting. I mean, jujitsu, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so it's martial arts.
Oh.
But some people use it as a sport competition. For me, it was more like self-defense, but
Yeah.
it's very beautiful. Really, it's like three-dimensional chess with body parts. It's like knowing how the body moves and how to
Mm.
get. So it's very interesting. That would probably be my favorite. But I think all sport is very interesting,
Yeah.
and it very brings out the emotion,
Definitely.
primal energy.
Yeah.
Your opinion, and right now your opinion. What country do you want to visit? So,
Yeah.
inspired for your poetry or stories?
Inspired by them or to help me inspire
Yes.
more stories? To help me.
The second
The
one.
second one to help me as inspiration for more stories. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I haven't thought about that, Shillian. Um, uh, but I probably should think about that. That could give me some good inspiration. But I want to go to Japan and I want to go to Egypt. Um, Yeah, ancient Egypt, all the pyramids, temples, and everything. Very interesting. Yeah, and Japan, I think, is top of the list probably. I just think it's very interesting, very cool culture, and the samurai history stuff, the Buddhism. It's like kind of like they're like Jedi Knights, you know. They're like murderers. They can kill people, but they're like meditating, and it's very very interesting mindfulness. Um, and I'm sure that will give me some ideas for stories.
I
Yeah,
see it the same way.
yeah.
Are you interested in any more cooperation with us?
Well, I'm afraid. Just kidding. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Definitely. Yeah. No. Urupashul Hagano.
Yeah.
Great. Love the place. I've had a very good experience. Everyone's been very good to me. So Frau Price has been wonderful, and many of the other teachers here who I've met, like great, really enjoyed it. And students, you two are so cool, so
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
you're so young, but you're so switched on and
Yeah.
interested and genuine. It's really cool. And so many kids, like sometimes the kids give you a bit of attitude, like, oh yeah, and not listening to the instructions. But I feel like, oh yeah, I'm very patient, and I don't know why they're doing it, but they have their reasons, and I respect their freedom,
Mhm.
and so I don't take it personally, and I just have fun with them. And I think I saw in all of the workshops, I think um, so many people had fun, and even a lot of people who were a bit closed off at first, they
Yeah.
kind of opened up, and we had a lot of fun together. And they some of the stories they were making were so funny and so clever. And so I would love to do it again. I'm very interested, yeah, in more sharing more workshops, maybe different topics next time even, because we're doing creative writing and mindfulness and music, but there's so many other things we can explore and things that I'm obsessed with that I can share, you know.
So I don't have Christian anymore. You?
I don't, but one thing that I can tell you is that you're always going to be welcome at our
Yeah.
school here in
Thank you.
Germany. Thank you so much
Danke.
for
Danke.
listening.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Danke, auf Wiedersehen.